Let's talk more about the 48 women that are on death row in the United States, and today I am actually going to be talking about the very last person on this list. I saved this one for last because there are so many details behind this case, but I also do truly believe that this is the most demonic and evil woman that is on this list. 42-year-old Tiffany Moss has been on death row in Georgia for the last 6 years, and she is the only woman on death row in Georgia. She was sentenced to death for the absolutely horrific torture and murder of her 10-year-old stepdaughter, Amani Moss. Amani Moss was living alone with her father, Aman, until eventually he married Tiffany in 2009 and they had 2 children together. Less than a year after they got married, Tiffany began to frequently abuse Amani. The first record of abuse was in March of 2010 when Amani was just 6 years old. She told the school nurse that she was afraid to go home with a bad report card because she was afraid her parents were going to hurt her, and she also told the nurse how Tiffany had previously spanked her with a curtain rod. Worried about these comments, the nurse examined Amani right there, and this is when she discovered that she had multiple scabs, bruises, and welts all over her body. After this, Tiffany was actually arrested and she was charged with first-degree child cruelty. She pled guilty to these charges and was sentenced to just 5 years probation. The Georgia Division of Family and Children's Services actually agreed to completely dismiss this case against Tiffany and Aman as long as they completed some parenting classes. During this time, Amani was removed from the home and she was placed with her grandmother, and she was doing great. She was in a much better mood and she was really improving in school. But unfortunately, just 6 months later, Amani was placed back into the custody of Tiffany and Aman, and the abuse continued. Now, since Amani rightfully told the school nurse exactly what was happening to her, this resulted in Tiffany getting criminally charged and ultimately losing her job. A lot of people speculate that because of this, Tiffany resented Amani, and even though she was already abusing her, the abuse just escalated after this happened. Over the next few years, Tiffany continued to severely abuse Amani, and only Amani. There was no evidence that she ever abused the other 2 children. In July of 2012, Amani tried to run away from home twice and told police both times that she was being abused and she was afraid to go back home. She was not only returned back home both times, but one of these officers actually filed charges against her and gave her a ticket for curfew violation. In May of 2013, they were visiting family when Amani's grandmother noticed that her hair had been cut off. And when she asked Tiffany about it, Tiffany responded saying, quote, "If you act ugly, you should look ugly." In the months after this, Georgia DFCS had been contacted at least 2 more times regarding Amani's welfare. One complaint was regarding how she had been removed from public school that year and they were worried about what would happen to her after that, and another complaint was how she appeared to be thin and neglected. DFCS did nothing about these complaints. They never checked on Amani, they never went to the home, they never even conducted a follow-up because they claimed